weekend and welcome Mzansi to Afternoon Express. I'm Palisa Tembe and we've got that Friday feeling because of our exciting guests. We connect with Don Design, a fashion designer and DJ who alongside his buddy AKA is debuting his flow skills on the mic. We meet Linda Jeskis Mwamba, the brain behind natural skincare line Suki Suki. And we're kicking it off with Keke from the Muffins, who's embarking on his journey of being a solo artist. Now, we've asked you this question on social media. Fill in the blank. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, I would eat... Fill in the blank online. Ladies, welcome. Happy Friday.
What an exciting second. We go, was Friday? Was I see Pali is going, was. Well, I'm going to make today a beautiful galette, a Mediterranean galette, and we are travelling on a boat in the Mediterranean today.
Yes, because after that, we're going to be making a lovely lockdown paella with all these beautiful flavours, levels and levels and levels of flavour. And if you want all the information details, go onto our Afternoon Express website to get all the ingredients. Yes. But for now, let's hear what Keke has to say.
From performing on European stages to Apollo Theatre in New York, Gregory Keke Mabusela of the Muffins fame has now embarked on a new journey as a solo artist. We chat to him today about his musical journey and his latest offering as a solo artist called Konza, an ode to the powerful and strong African woman. Doing? It's so lovely to see you.
I'm awesome, Palisa. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Konza Impela Putwam. What a beautiful song. I mean, what a powerful message.
No, Siyakonza. And I'm glad that everyone is receiving the song so well, and it's blessing a lot of people, yes.
Yeah, definitely doing its job. But first, we want to chat to you about your musical journey, you know, where your love for music began. So please may you share that with us.
You know, so it all began in my grandmother's house, which is a four-room house in Naledi, a location in Soweto, where I was born. And I remember vividly when I was about 6 or 7, when I saw Ntate Salif Keita on TV singing Africa. And I mean, he was singing in a foreign language, and I understood what he was saying somehow. And I pointed at the screen and said that one day when I grow up, I want to be like that man.
Oh, wow. And what powerful steps to kind of walk into, because that is a man where you just need to say Salif and everyone knows who you're talking about. What a powerful, incredible story saying that, you know, you started from the bottom and now you're here, you know, you have come from a very successful musical band, The Muffins, and now you've decided to launch your own solo career. I mean, why was this so important for you to do?
Why now? I think it was really about time for me to tell my truth. And I love the Muffins so much because we respect each other as creatives, and even outside of the band, we've been doing work. I've been doing theatre for the last 3 years now, or 4 years now, and other guys have also been embarking in other journeys, you know. And so it was not even a hard decision for me to do my solo. So it was really a blessed go ahead from the band. And I just think it is time. It is time. I mean, I've been in the industry for more than 10 years now. And I thought it is time for the world to hear my story and hear my spiritual language, which is the Keke Lingo, yeah.
Now let's talk about you creating your own language and instruments. Give us everything there is to know about why you decided to do this.
Firstly, spirituality is a very big factor for me, and this is what my grandmother passed on to me because she used to take me to church. And I remember at church sometimes they would preach and I would not even understand. But every time they would sing, I would lose my mind. And for me, I took that and I ran with it. And I remember even after the passing of my mother, during the mourning process, I would find myself singing in these like tongues, or I'd call them chants. And I started recording these chants on my cell phone. And before I knew it, I was like, wait, I think there is something here. And I prayed on it, and I would spend more time in this creative process. And this is how we have the Kekelingo today.
I love the fact that you're just allowing yourself to go where the tongue leads you, because it's very important for you as a creative to be honest, to be authentic, and to be genuine in and grounded in what you're doing. And I also love the fact that I'm seeing the thread here from not being able to understand Upapa Salif singing, and you also listening to the people abakhonzayo esontweni and also not being able to understand it. So you've decided to create your own universal language, your own universal tongue, and there's power in that too. Now, as a creative, how has COVID-19 affected you personally?
Wow. Okay. COVID-19 is here, and as a creative, obviously, a lot of the festivals and a lot of the corporate shows, events that we were booked for, were all cancelled, which obviously will affect the pocket, financially. But I also find comfort in the sense that it has offered me the time to self-reflect and work on myself as a human being and to better myself. And I found myself meditating a lot and praying a lot. And this is how I get most downloads of the music that you hear. Songs like Konza, this is from all the downloads. In the nighttime when I'm sleeping, I get downloads, and I would wake up and have my phone on record mode and record whatever download that I would get. So I can say, yes, it is a bummer that COVID-19 is here. And obviously it has affected everyone from all industries, But I think for me, from a spiritual realm and point of view, I've gained so much. I think I'm a better human being right now.
Now speak to us about your labor of love, your debut single, Konza.
Oh, where do I even start? So, first of all, Konza is a song that is inspired by my mother, my grandmother, and my sister. All these queens are on the other side. They are not on earth anymore. They raised me, and I am the man that I am today, and it's because of them, So basically, it's a thank you to these amazing queens that have raised me, and also the experiences that as a young man that I had in my grandmother's house. And I'm just so grateful for these amazing women. And so I thought it was only fitting for me to have this song, Konza. And Konza means ubulisa. Konza means to send your greetings. So it's me sending greetings from earth to the realm that they are now, and just to say, your works didn't go in vain. I am here. I am a strong young man, and it's because of you.
And as you already have dedicated this song to the strong, powerful women in your life, do you have a message for the men of South Africa? We have seen an incredible increase of gender-based violence and abuse on women and children. And we are standing up as Afternoon Express, and we are saying no more, enough is enough. But we need the men to stand by our sides and share the same sentiments. So on that note, what message do you have for the men of South Africa, calling them to order?
It starts at home. I myself grew up without a father. And for me to see a man hit a woman, that means that's easy for you to do that to your own mother. Because women are the economy of the world. Men, please, it has to stop. And let's start at home. Posting about it is not enough. It starts at home, how you are taught. Respect starts at home. So I'm pleading with men men, with South African men, with men all over the world,
Yes.
to say, let us respect the mother. Let's respect women. Women is the mother. So yes, like that's all I can say about this.
Thank you so much for that message, Gregory, because I have to call you with respect. You know, thank you so much for sharing that message and reminding us, South Africa, that the hard work starts at home. So if you are a guardian, if you find yourself as the man and the leader of a household, as you so proudly say, be the change. Thank you so much, Keke. We appreciate it. Cheers, Butwam.
Thank you so much, Palisa. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So everyone, we do encourage you to go out there and go download Kwanzaa. Let's support Ukeke Lingo in his urge to celebrate and uplift as an ode to powerful, strong women.
Oh my word, Anal. Keke Lingo is absolutely amazing. And funny enough, I only got introduced to him by my sister some years ago. I didn't know anything about them.
Wow.
Their music is amazing. And it makes so much sense when he refers to the lingo as spiritual and so much, you know? Their music is amazing.
Interesting. And what I like what he said as well, that his mom had such a good influence in his life. Like in every one of our lives, you know, our moms are so important. Polly, you love your mom. You speak to her every day.
Wow, guys. Make me sound like a mommy's girl, but I'm a proud mommy and daddy's girl. But you know what I think is more extravagant or more beautiful than ever? It's just about time that Keke Lingo goes solo.
Yes.
So now you can tell your sister that she has to go out and buy his album.
No, I'm going to go out and get it first. She'll probably listen to it from me because she never buys anything.
I love that. And speaking about buying things, you know, we go grocery shopping, whether it's for the kitchen or whether it's for a loved one and giving back to the community. But we want to find out from everyone on social media, if they were to eat one thing and one thing only for the rest of their lives, what would that thing be? South Africa, please may you use the hashtag Afternoon Express. I'm looking forward to reading through those comments. Ladies, I don't want you guys to give it away and let me know what yours is. We'll leave that until the end of the show, but I know you've got a delicious dish coming up.
Yes, I'm going to make a galette with beautiful cheese, feta cheese, tomatoes, rosemary, basil. Beautiful. It's going to be divine.
That does sound divine. All of that coming up in the Afternoon Express kitchen.
Express yourself.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome welcome to our kitchen. It's Friday. Yay! Do you have any nice plans for this weekend?
None. I did have plans, but unfortunately they had to be changed. But I am still looking forward to my weekend.
Yes, but I'm going to show you something that you can perhaps bake this weekend. So today we are baking a beautiful galette with beautiful feta, clover fresh milk. And a galette is an open tart, like a pastry that you fold over, and you put all your ingredients on the inside raw, and you bake it in the oven, and it's scrumptious. Always with a glass of wine, eh? So let's start with the pastry. The pastry is so easy, Tooms. This is self-raising flour. And you know what to do if you don't have self-raising flour.
Of course.
Yes, tell the people.
You can actually just mix your normal flour
Yeah.
with a bit of baking powder
Yeah.
or baking soda. Which one is best, actually?
I think I use baking powder, like
Yeah, I
1
also
cup of
prefer
flour, 1 teaspoon of
baking
baking powder. Yeah. So that is here, and then we're going to warm up. And this is a warm, soft dough. We're going to use clover fresh milk. It's in this new bottle.
It makes it so recognizable when you're looking
Is
for
it?
milk. It just pops, and so it
know.
literally just pulls you towards it. So you
I
go
know.
running towards it.
And each 1 litre goes to 55 quality tea.
Imagine. Imagine, top class.
Top class, sister, top class. So I'm going to add some butter in here as well to enrich our dough. And you just need to warm this up, and you just need to let it melt in there. Okay, so that's that. But then I want to talk about this again.
The best milk in the world.
18 days fresh in my fridge.
Imagine.
Can you imagine that?
I don't think I can stay fresh. I need to bath every day, so that milk is fresher than me.
And for our galette for the inside, I'm going to add some beautiful baby tomatoes, some olives, some feta, clover feta, and that is about it. Yes.
Those are very Mediterranean flavors.
Very Mediterranean flavors. So I'm just going to do that. Now I'm going to make my dough. You see it's melted already.
Okay.
And the only thing you do now is just add it in here. It forms like a soft, pillowy
So it
dough.
must be warm.
It must be warm, yes. And you can get the recipe on afternoonexpress.co.za. And it becomes like a soft and pillowy thing. But you know what? I've eyeballed it now, so I'm going to add a bit more of this beautiful milk. And you know it's full of calcium and all those beautiful vitamins that we need.
So you can never go wrong. It's not
Yes.
like you can have too much milk, so it's always good for you.
So it becomes like a pillowy dough. I'm going to give this to you.
Okay, so you want me to...
Because you're also
elbow
making
grease.
one, aren't you?
Yes, I am actually, but I'm making a sweeter version. You've got this Mediterranean savory version.
Yes.
I'm going to be making a sweeter version on my side, and I'm going to be using apple. So I'm going to be making like an apple filling
Yes.
for the galette.
Oh, wow.
So what I'm going to do is basically peel my apples, cut them into small cubes, and then mix them with my sugar and some cornstarch and a little bit of juice, and that actually goes in raw into the pie filling and then into the oven to bake.
I've made one of those, and let me tell you, it is divine. It is divine. And what I do as well, I put some sugar over the crust as well.
Ah,
and then it's
yes.
like a sugary, sweet crust. So all I do now with that beautiful, look at this dough. I'm in love with it. It reminds me of Patrick Swayze in Ghost. You know,
wow.
when they were playing and doing this little thing around the, what was it, that wheel, the clay wheel? So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a few tomatoes to this, and I'm going to tell you now where Patrick Swayze comes in.
I'm interested. I'm very curious to hear this because I used to have a very huge crush on Patrick
Really?
Swayze, so I want to hear
Oh,
where this
wow.
is going.
What crush did you like him in what movie?
It was Dirty Dancing. I know, I'm typical, but it was Dirty Dancing. I loved it.
Yeah. I'm going to add some feta over here. Look at that. And you can add anything that you like in here. And I've got my fresh herbs in the fridge. Where did I put my fresh herbs? No, it's not in there. Oh, here it is. I completely forgot about it.
And of course, you put it in the fridge to keep it nice and crisp.
Yes, otherwise it welts.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add this to this. Look at this already, Tooms. I'm going to add some basil, break some basil up. And now the fun part, Tooms. Now, this is what you can do with your boyfriend over the weekend. He can stand behind you, and then you can fold it in. This is where Patrick Swayze comes in.
Now I see where we're going with this.
Yes. So you do just like that, and you just fold it in. It's like a really rough pastry, and it's like rustic. You know, it needs to look rustic and homely. So what I'm going to do now is drizzle some beautiful olive oil over here. Look at that. Oh, and
my
if
gosh.
people want this recipe, they can go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. And the only thing that's left here that you need to do now is you can just baste it with some egg wash, so it's like all shiny when it comes out.
That looks amazing. And the mere fact that the actual pie itself or the dough itself forms as the pie shell.
Yeah.
So you don't need to now go put it into another tray or another casserole or anything like that.
Exactly.
You actually bake it like that.
I'm super excited about this. I want to put this in the oven. I actually want to run away with that one that's standing over there. I baked it early this morning and it's really divine. Look at this, Tooms.
Sure. I think, can I have that one? And then you can take the already made one. Is that fine? Can we agree to that?
Okay, now tell me how's it going there with you?
It's going well. So literally, this is the mixture. I'm just going to add one more apple.
Yes.
And this is going to go into the very same dough. Obviously, I'd make mine a bit more short crust, so a bit more sugar in there. Same thing that you've done. Put my apples in there. Fold it up. Egg wash, bake.
And you can do this with berries.
Yes.
Beautiful with berries. The other one is pears. Sliced pears in it.
My
Beautiful
mom
sliced
likes
pears.
I don't
the
like
other thing you can do is you can do it with potatoes.
Yes.
Potatoes and sweet potatoes. So you can add that in there. So you can put anything in there. But if you use sweet potatoes or potatoes, I would suggest you boil them a little bit beforehand.
Yes.
So this goes into an oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. But this morning when I baked it, it took a bit longer. So please check that ovens differ the whole
Yes,
time.
yes,
So my oven this morning, it wasn't 180, but it took about, I'll say about 50 to 60 minutes this morning in my oven.
So it's important to eyeball and just check
Yes.
it. Once it's nice and crusty on the top, golden brown.
Brown,
Yes.
then you know it's ready. And then you can just serve it warm with a glass of wine or
glass
with
of
a glass of Clover fresh milk. And if you want the recipe, go to afternoonexpress.co.za. Bye.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Tooms, I can't wait to get tucked into that galette.
Yeah, no, like we said, I'm having the one, you're taking the other one. Palisa?
Palisa.
I don't know what you're having.
So that means there's nothing left for me. But congratulations, ladies. No hate. Absolutely no hate. You ladies have done it again in the kitchen. I'm definitely going to be trying it this weekend. And I'm sure everybody at home is going to be trying it along with me. But you know, ladies, on social media, we have been asking everyone, if you were to try one thing and have it for the rest of your life, what would that thing be? Now, you ladies are quite familiar with things that are versatile in the kitchen. So what would you suggest?
My thing that I will eat for the rest of my life is tripe and trotters, curry tripe and trotters and pap. That's mine.
And you know, just a while ago, we did create that on the show. It was absolutely magnifique. Talk about groundbreaking stuff. So, okay, I'll give it to you. And you, Dooms?
Guys, please don't judge me. Mine would probably be sushi. I could eat sushi every day, Monday to Monday to Monday.
Girl, I'm right there with you. But, you know, mercury poisoning is a thing. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. South Africa, you give us your ideas and your thoughts and use that hashtag Afternoon Express. Now, the importance of shopping local is greater during lockdown, and Visa have been connecting us with some incredible and talented small business owners. Coming up, we meet the brain behind Suki Suki natural skincare line, Lunda Jiskis Mwamba.
Express yourself.
Shopping and supporting small local businesses allow local entrepreneurs to flourish and grow. When you support local, you're not just helping that business to grow, you're investing in their employees, their suppliers, their families and the community. Visa have recently launched a campaign called Where You Shop Matters to support small businesses with various initiatives. We'll be meeting some of those business owners right here on the show to chat a little bit more about what it means to be a small business owner. Today, we meet small business owner Linda Gizget-Mwamba from Suki Suki Naturals. Welcome to the show, Linda.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, what drew you to skincare and why do you feel that your brand has brought a unique voice to the sector?
I've always been attracted to skincare ever since I was quite young. I grew up seeing my mom use great skincare and hair care products, but as I grew up, I realized that there was a gap in the market because women that looked like me didn't necessarily get affordable, good quality and natural skincare and hair care. And I think that my engagement in beauty has been to try and bring light to, you know, the benefits of natural skincare and hair care products and ingredients, and to make sure that I'm servicing people who look like me. I think that's really important.
It is quite important. But Linda, you know, times are tough at the moment, especially for small businesses. What have you learned during COVID-19?
I've learned that to have a proper dialogue with your customer is super important. You can sell in different stores, worldwide even, countrywide, worldwide, but if you don't have that dialogue and that transparency, your customer needs to know what your business is about, why it is that you're doing what you're doing. I think the why, the question of the why you're doing what you're doing really comes through when you have that dialogue. And consumers are shopping differently. I think we see that they are attracted to transparency and to the person behind the brand. And COVID-19 has shown me to kind of come back to the why it is that I'm doing what I'm doing, and to really have that dialogue with my customer. And they've really been engaging well with the product and with the brand. So it's overall been a positive thing for me and a lot of growth and adjustment.
And sticking quite strongly to the question of that why, in these difficult times, Linda, why does Where You Shop matter?
Well, Where You Shop Matters is precisely the message we need to send for the world, for the continent, because what really drives an economy is not the big corporations. We know that small businesses are the core of every economy. To be able to assist small businesses is essentially to grow your economy. And people need to know not only they have to have that connection with the small businesses where they're located, to support, not only to support families, to support jobs, to create jobs, to drive, to support local suppliers. I shop, my supplies are 98% sourced from South Africa, and you know, we manufacture locally, so we really have a centralized supply chain, and we really intend for it to remain that way no matter how much the company grows.
So then how do you think accepting digital forms of payment such as Visa make it easier for your business to operate?
Well, we're now able to ship internationally and to accept payments internationally, and that's, again, such great advancements are made with these facilities, and we've really been grateful with Where You Shop Matters, and Visa has facilitated that for us.
So how do people find you online?
You can find us on www.sukisukinaturals.co.za, and on Facebook and Instagram on @SukiSukiNaturals.
You seem so motivated and inspired. So lastly, Linda, what do you say to other women out there wanting to start a business?
It's going to seem like something that you've heard before, but honestly, start where you are. There's nothing, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have the funding, you don't have to have all the answers, just start. Because the learning process is in the starting. That's where you learn. And in business, entrepreneurship is all about learning while you're doing, mostly.
Thank you for that harsh but very realistic reminder that you just have to step and make that first stand to be able to move forward. So thank you for reminding us, Linda, that you need to start somewhere to be able to get to your destination. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you've got a small business that needs a digital advertising boost, Visa's here to lend a hand. Register at visa.co.za and get your name out there.
No matter who you are or what you're looking for, it all begins with a choice.
I absolutely love the fact that Visa is supporting local entrepreneurs. There is no better time for it now.
Especially skincare. We want local stuff. We want to buy local skincare. Yes, Polly?
Your skin doesn't need anything,
Yeah,
Melissa,
yeah.
actually.
How much did they pay you to say that, ladies? How much did they pay you? Thank you so much for the compliments, but you know what? I couldn't have said it better myself. It is so key, crucial, and important for, number one, having the options of local businesses, whether you decide to go all natural or whether to mix it up in terms of your skincare. Just make sure that we keep it all things local, right? And salute to Visa for making it that much easier. So, ladies, again, going back to food in the kitchen, you know when it's the weekend and food, same WhatsApp group, ne?
Yes.
I just say eating. So, ladies, you know, I have to also let you know what I enjoy. And I think my top food that I can eat forever and ever and ever is chicken. Guys, you can enjoy chicken in any form. Whether you decide to fry it, bake it, put it on the braai, it is brilliant. It is a great source of protein. And you know, in some households, especially some African households, they say that chicken might as well just be a veggie.
And the fact that we eat everything, we eat from the meat to the bone.
Oh, trust me, South Africa, I be eating that bone and I'm on like, South Africa, if you are just like me and you devour your chicken bone right down to the core, let me know, make us feel not alone and use that hashtag Afternoon Express. Now, AKA's new track, Python, is straight fire, but he's not alone. He's also joined by presenter turned MC, Muesli, and fashion designer turned rapper, Don Design. Coming up, Don Design calls into the loft to chat about this brand new chapter.
Express yourself.
Leading creative teams by initiating the visual identities of organizations and individuals is the primary role of any creative director, such as the work of renowned creative director, fashion designer and DJ Don Design, popularly known for his collaboration to South African rapper AKA's team. Welcome to The Loft, Don.
Thank you so much, Palisa, for having me. It's such a pleasure being on the show.
Now, Don, I almost want to call you Don D because it seems like you're bringing out, no stops. You're doing it all. You are an all-rounder. I mean, from creative director to fashion designer to DJ. How did it start out for you in the world of entertainment and celebrity?
Well, I started off, my journey in the music industry started off with me, being a stylist for music videos. I started off supplying jewelry to stylists, and it led me to be a stylist myself, in the music video industry. And then from there, I just wanted to further my career. And then I started finding out what it takes to become a music video producer. And that's what I started doing, and I followed my passion. My passion is music, and everything that I've done till today, has revolved around music,
Talk about started from the bottom and now we're here. And I love the fact that you've upskilled yourself, You didn't necessarily study any of this, but you just followed that gut and you decided to upskill yourself and learn as you grow. So please may you talk to us about your career and how you grew into the different avenues that you now enjoy.
I've always been passionate about music, growing up with my parents and my brothers and sisters. My mom always used to make me listen to her records, so it's something that was instilled in me from a young age, I then continued. I came to Johannesburg. I'm born and bred in Valcom in the Free State. I came to
Valcom.
Yeah, Valcom, Motsetabong, I grew up there, and then I came to Johannesburg to study. That's when I obviously fell in love with, music videos, and I started working there. And then during that, I met AKA, who roped me into his team, to become his creative director and, just to see his vision out. I started doing that, and then, I also started my own clothing brand called Monday to Monday at the same time. And yeah, that's really how it just came all about. It's just a blessing, to be honest.
I love the fact that you've decided to follow your passion relentlessly. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone said. It doesn't matter what you were doing before. You just saw a goal for yourself and you followed it throughout. I mean, I love talking to creatives like you that find that aha moments within it and back themselves regardless.
It's very important for you to follow your dreams because, if you, when you do, there comes a time when there's a connection between you and God's timing, and it's very important for you to be able to recognize that, you know what I mean? I've been very resilient in what I want to achieve, with my life and the things that I wanted to do, and I've always stuck to music. It's all I know, and I believe that it's going to take me places still. This is only the beginning of my musical career, as to say, but I really believe if you fall 9 times, you get up 10. That's how I was raised, so I've never given up. I've always known this moment would come. I just didn't know when. I just had to be ready,
I'm glad that you were ready. You know how they say when preparation meets opportunity, and then that's when you need to go full throttle. And when you do speak, I get a very strong sense of motivation and inspiration behind you. So before we get into the rest of your projects and what you've been up to creatively, what advice do you have for our viewers out there who are too afraid to seek out their dreams?
Well, I won't lie. I was also a little bit confused, in the beginning because I knew that I wanted to be in the music industry and I wanted to release music one day. I just didn't know how it was going to go about, but I just kept to my dream, I just kept on knocking on doors. Some doors were closed, some doors were open. I was fortunate enough to meet people who saw my vision, people like AKA. It's very hard for an artist and a creative to hire another artist and a creative to see out his vision, but I think it was just a blessing of how it worked out, and meeting him, I met a whole lot of other people in the music industry. I ended up shooting videos for K.O., Namuzi, Casper Nyovest, Major League, Davido, Wizkid, a lot of people. So I just think, if you are patient and you stay ready, your time will come, It really is God's timing. I don't think there's anything that I did besides hard work and just believing that, one day things will pop off.
Sometimes everyone's like, I did that, I did this, I did that. No, sometimes it's really just, you have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort, and you have to put in the hard work and back yourself, and the rest will fall into place.
Definitely. I feel like for me to do fashion and to be doing merch with AKA and to be doing merch with Nomuzi and styling Nomuzi and shooting music videos and doing magazine covers and doing projects with sport brands, I just feel like all of that was just me learning, all of that has culminated into the person that I am now, I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that I got to learn, and all of that stuff just all comes together to create this moment here at the beginning of my musical career, and I'm very grateful for that, Sometimes you just need to work a little bit harder and just be patient. That's all it takes, to be honest.
Now let's get into the music. Let's talk about your exciting project that you've just released, which is your debut single. Please may you share the process and what the experience was like creating a song, and more importantly, will you be producing the music video? Because everyone's trying to know.
I'm actually in the middle of deciding whether I want to direct the video myself. I don't want to do that. I'd like to give someone else an opportunity to see out my vision, I'm very passionate about that, and I feel like I want to give someone else a chance, because that's how I got to where I am. Someone gave me a shot, and, this is how I got to where I am today. So the song came about, I found a sample that I really liked from an old house song that I really liked, and I sent it to a friend of mine, Makwa, who's a producer. I sent it to him, and he sent it back to me. I sent it immediately to AKA, who fell in love with it. We recorded the song shortly after we came off tour together, and we loved it. We just felt that there was a little bit of something missing, and AKA decided that we should send it to Nomuzi. I think she absolutely killed it. She recorded one take and she absolutely annihilated it, and it was a dope experience, It was really amazing. And those are the people that I came up with, and it was pretty obvious that those are the people that I'm going to reach out to, for my debut single. And it's been such a blessing on how it's been received, and the messages that I'm getting, it's really a blessing on life.
Well, congratulations from Afternoon Express and myself on your debut single. We're definitely looking forward to listening to it, because there are some incredible collaborations that you've got up your sleeve. So let's get jiving together and let's get enjoying the music. Thank you so much, Don Design, for all the work that you do and your collaboration to all things creative in the Mzansi space.
Thank you, Palisa, for having me. Thank you.
Salute! Okay, South Africa, if you are a huge fan of Don Design, whether it's his styling, whether it's his music, or any creative eye that he's kind of come out with, head over to social media and show our boy some love. But use that hashtag Afternoon Express. Talk about a jack of all trades. How incredible is Don Design and creative?
He's so cool.
He is so cool. Look, I'm just thankful to you, Don Design. Siyabonga Lakwa Afternoon Express, spending time with us. I mean, we sat down just the other day with him and we took it easy. We chatted for such a long time. So I'm so glad you guys got to see the highlights of that conversation.
He made me realize that it is never too late. I can still become a pro athlete. Don't stop me. I can become an actress. I can become president. There's still time.
Yes.
It's all possible. It's all possible. Amandala.
Amandla. No, it is all possible. Thank you so much, Don Design. And also, I want to throw that all to social media. If you find yourself like Don Design, just the other week as well, last week, we were having a show where Anele decided to give us the talent of piano making. And we found out that you actually have so many talents under your belt. So this is just like Don Design, who's got so many talents. Our viewers gave us their talents as well. And listen, from songwriting to singing to poets to screenwriters. I mean, how amazing.
Sure. Yeah, songwriting. Remember, we asked somebody to write us a song. We're still waiting.
We want our Afternoon Express jingle. Okay, not only do we want a song, but we want food, ladies. True. I hear there's a paella coming up.
Yeah, we are taking it to Spain.
Oh, yeah. We're going to Valencia.
Yeah, we are taking you throughout the world with our dishes. And today we are making a lockdown paella using the amazing Excella rice. It is going to be amazing. I think you must just wait for it. You'll see.
Absolutely magnifique. South Africa, grab your passports. Make sure that you've packed your bag because we're taking a trip after these.
Friday, South Africa. We have made it to the end of the week. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling exhausted for this week, but let me tell you, I'm looking forward to this weekend, and I'm looking more forward to your paella.
And after making this, after coming up with this recipe, I realized after that you've got so much knowledge on this dish. So I'm gonna put my twist on it, but she's gonna give us a lesson on paella today, guys. So we are making an Excella lockdown paella, meaning that you can make it at home, you can make it at home for your family, you can make it, freeze it. It's basically for the moments like this, right? And if anyone wants the ingredient details, how to make it, just go onto our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, to get all the information. So I did some research on this, and apparently when you start making the paella, you start with the salt first before you go in with all the other ingredients. I was following one of my favorite chef's lessons on this, and the reason you do that is because we're not going to be stirring it a lot. So we're trying to make sure that we season it well beforehand. And then I go in with my oil, and then I'm going to start with my chicken. This is the first step. So the whole idea is to get the chicken browning. And because you're a paella master, you will correct me anywhere where I'm wrong, right?
Perfect. But your person that motivated you to make this, a chef, is from Valencia.
Correct.
And Valencia is really the capital of paella in the world, and in Spain. And I was fortunate enough to eat a paella there, because that's what you eat there.
Yeah.
But they've got the most amazing. They've got like it with black ones, like with seafood, with chicken. But the original one is with rabbit.
Yes, that's actually what he had. He had chicken and rabbit in his recipe.
Yes.
So I don't have rabbit, unfortunately, but I do have chorizo, which I know is also a fan favorite when coming to paella. It's not the traditional way, but it is still possible to make it with chorizo.
And it adds a beautiful, beautiful smoky flavor. And that, what I like about it is also that fattiness of the chorizo that fries out, and it infuses the rice and everything. I love it.
So not only do you get the flavor from the amazing Excella oil, but you also get the flavor from the actual sausage itself.
Yes.
If you do not have any of the chorizo, there are other sausages that you can use, obviously, right?
For sure.
If you want to put a South African twist, you can actually use boerewors, but I would advise putting the boerewors more towards the end, because then it cooks much quicker.
Yeah.
Correct.
And if they don't have chorizo, I would suggest, if they want that smoky flavor, is smoked paprika.
Yes.
So add a bit of smoked paprika. And if you don't have smoked paprika, you can just take a pepper and roast it over the fire, and it will give that same smokiness.
Are you listening, guys? Are you taking notes? So the whole idea with us frying the chicken and the meat is we want to get a beautiful brown crust on the outside and already just start the cooking process well ahead of time, because when we go in with our amazing Excella rice, it goes in raw. So we need to make sure we give it enough time to cook in the actual dish itself. So what's happening here is our chicken is actually browning, and as you can see, we're avoiding by all means to stir, because it releases the juices and thus making it end up
all the flavors. Can you imagine the chorizo fat and the chicken fat and the chicken skin getting all brown? This is a traditional paella pan that I brought from home, and they say how the paella was invented, if I put it that way, was the workers on the farms that couldn't go home to go and cook. They just carried rice with them, and then they had a pan and they made a fire underneath here. So they had rice, and then they shoot rabbits in the field, and that's where it comes.
It was done out in the open.
It was done out in the open, and the most important part of the paella is the crust.
Correct.
It needs to burn at the bottom.
What's it called?
I can't remember now. Just before the show. Sokarat.
Guys, please Google us. Let us know what the exact term is. So before I go in with the rest of the ingredients, this is what we want. We want it to be nice and brown, and then I'm going to turn it over and then go in with the rest of our ingredients. The hero ingredient today is a rice that I enjoy cooking with at home as well.
Yeah.
And this is Excella rice, but that's going to go in towards the end. So we go in with our green beans. So the whole idea is to fry. We don't want any steaming. We don't want any boiling here. Everything is about the frying. We go in with that. Then I'm going to go in with my turmeric.
Oh, you're going to put turmeric in? Fantastic.
The only reason we use turmeric in this case is because normally they'd make it with saffron.
Yeah.
But saffron is unreasonably expensive.
Yeah, I can't afford it, can you?
No, I can't. So not everyone can actually get saffron. And like we said, it's expensive. So for that color, for that taste, you can just use turmeric for that.
That already, can you imagine now the rice going in there, and it soaks up that beautiful rice, soaks up all that beautiful flavor. Look at that.
Exactly, and what we're going to do is we let the green beans to cook down a bit, but then just to show you guys the amount of layers of flavor in this, we're going in with a bit more we're going in with some tomato puree. That's going to cook down, and like we mentioned, we're saying we're not stirring a lot. As you can see, I'm literally just making sure the flavors mix in there.
And then if you don't like chicken, oh, you know what I love is seafood, prawns and calamari and those beautiful mussels. But then it's as you said, it's layering.
Yes.
And then the mussels would just be on top. At the end. And oh gosh, it's divine.
And the most important part here is because we need to cook our rice perfectly, we need stock. And I see you've got my stock all the way over there.
I've got your stock. And I've got some chicken stock here for you. But if you want to make beef stock, they can use beef stock as well.
Correct.
Oh, bring it on, sister, bring it on.
So now we're going with our stock, and because we're using long grain rice, we're not going to use too much liquid.
Yes.
Normally they use short grain rice, which is able to absorb more of the liquid.
Yeah.
But in this case, we're using long grain rice, meaning you don't have to worry and run around. We've got Excella. It's perfect for this recipe. It cooks fluffy and white each time. In this case, it's going to absorb all that color and flavor from the turmeric and the paprika, so it's going to look beautiful. And then we just go in with our rice. And like we said earlier, we are not trying to do a lot of stirring, because if you stir it at this point, guys, you're basically going to have a stodgy mess. So all we do is we make sure the rice gets all the way distributed into the pan to the bottom, and then it's going to cook. And it's going to absorb all that flavors. And once your rice has cooked up and you start seeing it show on the surface, you can actually turn your heat down, because now it's absorbed all the liquid. We don't want to burn it. We want a sukarat at the bottom. We don't want it to be burnt. We just want a lovely crust. And that's when you will then go in with your peas, and you will then top it all off with some rosemary.
Oh, beautiful.
And I'm using frozen peas because we obviously don't want to make a mush. And then you just let this cook down. And then once it's cooked and fully cooked, you take it off the stove, cut up lemon wedges. You don't put the lemon for anyone. You just put lemon wedges, and whoever that serves up can then serve it up with a bit of lemon on the side. And that is a perfect dish. This dish can actually feed 4 people.
That's amazing.
So this one pan, 4 people, talk about economical.
Very economical.
All of that from 1 cup of rice.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love the rice, because I saw the one that you've made earlier on. It's still like fluffy and nice, but I saw your thing, it's got a sukarat. I'm very happy, because that's how they judge paella.
Correct.
The judges go like this and see if there's a sukarat.
Correct.
And it's like a thick, hard rice crust that you eat with it.
So flavorful. And guys, go onto the Afternoon Express website, get the details, and make sure you get your hands on this amazing recipe.
I can't wait to taste it, Toons.
Yeah,
I can't wait to taste it.
About yummy in my tummy as we're sailing into the weekend. Ladies, come on in. This looks delicious.
Isn't this divine?
It looks amazing, right?
No, you ladies outdid yourselves. Thank you so much. So we've got a choice whether we're just going in with our hands or whether we want to just dish up with fork and knife, ne?
Yes, I'm going to cut the galette for you.
Stunning.
I'm going to dish up as well, actually, while we're on that note.
So much fun. Okay, South Africa, whilst we're dishing up dinner here in Afternoon Express's dining room, we have been asking you on social media, if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? So, ladies, we've already touched on the meaty options. You know, you've said tripe, I've said chicken, you've said sushi, but for some people who are vegan or meat-free, what are those versatile go-tos?
I love asparagus. Just steamed asparagus with a hollandaise, whipped up hollandaise, or even just with a bit of lemon juice, black pepper, olive oil. Love it.
I can never go wrong with mushrooms, guys. Mushrooms for me are like an all-time winning ingredient for everything. I could eat mushrooms for breakfast. I could eat mushrooms for lunch. I really enjoy the mushrooms. And you can also create texture by frying them, deep frying them in breadcrumbs. They're amazing.
I love mushrooms too, I'm not gonna lie. And of course, asparagus. I would actually take both because you could do almost anything and you can go to the moon. You know, growing up at home, we used to always frequent no meat, whether it's meat-free Mondays or whatever the case may be. And we literally used both ingredients each time because it's a perfect supplement. So cheers to that, ladies.
Cheers.
And cheers to the weekend, ne?
Cheers. Have a fabulous weekend.
Thank you. You too, Chums.
Thank you, Mama. Cheers to you too, and have a lovely one.
I love that. Appreciate it, ladies. Now, whilst you sail into the weekend, Mzansi, I personally cannot wait for Monday. Stay safe and happy eating. I cannot wait.
It's going to be so exciting.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.